Hi, everyone. This presentation is all about the University of Waterloo. Throughout it, I'm going to give you an introduction to the unique academic programs, student experience, and campus community you'll join when you become a Waterloo warrior. We're going to take a look at how Waterloo does things differently and what that means for your future. We're going to explore all the exciting possibilities of you plus Waterloo. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Caroline Brightman, and my pronouns are she, her, and I'm one of the international recruitment specialists here at the University of Waterloo. I primarily cover the Indonesian market as well as the United States. You can find my email on the screen. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions after this session. And I'm more than happy to help you navigate through the application process and getting started as a Waterloo warrior. So let's get right into what makes the University of Waterloo unique. Waterloo is actually the first university in Canada to offer co-op, which gives students practical work experience as a part of their education. This gives you a better chance of stepping into career right after graduation. Waterloo has also been ranked #1 in Canada for career preparation, producing future-ready grads for more than 6 decades. At Waterloo, you'll get experience in your field, either in the classroom, through volunteer opportunities, or through paid work experience, regardless of the program that you choose. And speaking of programs, at Waterloo, you have over 100 to choose from. Our programs are grouped into categories called faculties, and we have 6 of them: arts, engineering, environment, health, and mathematics, and science. There are also 17 business programs distributed through all 6 of our faculties. You can think of your faculty as your academic home base during your time at Waterloo. It has your academic advisor, clubs, most of your classes, and so much more. Choosing a program can feel daunting. There's so many options, and you might be drawn to more than one. The most important thing is to enjoy what you're studying. Start by scrolling through our list of programs and narrowing it down to a few subjects you're passionate about. You can find a full list of our programs on our website or also in our viewbook. To help you get started, let's take a look at our 6 faculties. First up, we have the Faculty of Arts. Whether you're curious about ancient history, digital media, or social dynamics, Waterloo Arts has 30 different majors and 6 entry programs in the social sciences, humanities, fine and performing arts, languages, and culture. With the option of adding Waterloo's co-op experience to your art degree, you'll develop the critical knowledge and hands-on skills that today's employers demand. And while co-op is optional for art students, it's a requirement for the Faculty of Engineering, meaning you'll be putting your skills to use in the field right from your first year. Unlike most schools, there's no general first year at Waterloo Engineering. You start studying in the discipline you've chosen right away, allowing you to specialize in your upper years. If you're a problem solver and an idea generator who's passionate about finding creative solutions, engineering could be the faculty for you. Now, if you're looking at the list and you're not sure which one of these programs is right, there's actually a quiz offered by the Faculty of Engineering that will help you determine which form of engineering is the best fit for you. Next, we have the Faculty of Environment, where students are unlike any other. From exploring the impact of climate change in the Arctic to working on greener policies to creating better housing solutions, our students are leaving their mark on the world. As a student in the largest faculty of environment in Canada, you'll have the chance to study a range of environmental and sustainability issues from local to global. Here, you'll find a community of students and professors dedicated to making our world a better place. Your degree won't be all lectures and lab. You'll also gain hands-on experience in co-op, on field trips, and as a member of one of our many student societies. Waterloo students are also making the world better all across campus, including in the Faculty of Health. Here you'll find students and professors dedicated to preventing disease, healing injuries, and optimizing health for individuals and communities. On top of learning world-class faculty, you'll build real-world experience and hands-on skills. Health students are actively involved in volunteering and extracurriculars on and off campus as they prepare for medical school, graduate programs, or careers in health and leisure. We are also the home to the largest concentration of math and computer science talent in the world. With more than 500 courses to choose from in our Faculty of Mathematics, you'll be able to explore concepts that ignite your imagination. Plus, you can personalize your learning and refine your skills through co-op terms, minors, and specializations. And then last, but certainly not least, In the Faculty of Science, you can study anything from understanding the universe to protecting our natural resources. Waterloo Science lets you build skills and experience to shape the future. With 17 different programs covering physical, life, and environmental sciences, as well as interdisciplinary programs and professional schools for optometry and pharmacy, there are limitless opportunities to pursue your passions. The Faculty of Science has become a world leader in research, education, and beyond the lab experiences at local, national, and international levels. Now, although Waterloo doesn't have a dedicated faculty of business, you may have noticed 17 business programs found within our 6 faculties, including our unique Plus business programs, which offer you breadth of business courses embedded within another subject of major interest. We're also home to the world-class School of Accounting and Finance with programs like Accounting and Financial Management, which provide you with a direct route to earning your CPA or CFA designations. So whether you dream about being an entrepreneur, working for a global brand, or helping a startup, you'll find a program that's just as unique as you are. Now, before you apply, it's really important that you understand the steps and the fees that come with applying to the University of Waterloo. So first and foremost, all of our applications must go through the Ontario's University Application Centre, which is also known as the OUAC. Through this, you'll have to select at the minimum the basic application, which has a fee of $156 Canadian. Now that application comes with 3 choices, and they don't all need to be at the University of Waterloo. These 3 choices can be for any Ontario university program. You can use multiple at the University of Waterloo if you like, or just one. That's completely up to you. Now, in addition to that $156 fee, there's also an $85 supplemental document fee, which comes from the University of Waterloo. This is so that our admissions officers can individually look at your application for each program that you've applied to. An individual person is actually the one assessing your grades and your entire application instead of a computer or a machine, and that's why there's an additional supplemental document fee. Now, if you've applied to accounting or engineering, there's also an additional $53.25 fee. This is to cover the interview that you will do as part of your application, again, so that our staff are able to fully review that content as a part of your application and use that to make your admissions decision. I'm going to quickly note, and you'll hear me say this again, but each program at the University of Waterloo has specific admission standards, and it's important that you look and meet those requirements before you apply to make sure that you are an admissible candidate. Now, our admissions decisions are based on more than just your academic test scores. We're also going to look at your English language test, as well as the admissions information form, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. So we'll quickly look at some general admissions requirements for the IB curriculum as well as the British curriculum. But again, I do really recommend that you look at the individual requirements needed for the program of your choice. In the IB curriculum, we're looking that you have your IB diploma with a total of 6 IB courses. At least 3 of those must be at the higher level. Your overall points should range between 27 and 32. Again, it is program specific on that. Now, if your program has a specific course that is required for admissions, we do recommend that you take that at the higher level whenever possible. And then, of course, we do require English. You can take this at the higher level or the standard level. If it's at the higher level, you'll need at least a B with a minimum of 5 points. And at the standard level, you're looking for at least an A. Now, quickly heading over to the British curriculum, we're looking for passes in at least 5 unique subjects, 3 of which must be at the advanced level. English can either be at the GCSE, AS, or A level with a minimum of a B grade, and that is required for all programs. And then, of course, depending on the program, we might need some additional courses as well. So let's head back to that admissions information form that I was talking about earlier. This is also known as the AIF. And this is something that is required for some programs, but certainly recommended for all. This is a really good way for you to tell us all of the interesting experiences you've had outside of the classroom. Some programs may also require an interview or a portfolio. So please keep an eye on your email to determine whether or not we need anything else from you in order to be considered for admissions. Another really important thing about the admissions information form is that completing it does make you eligible for additional scholarships that are given out by each faculty that you would not be eligible for otherwise. So I really recommend that you do complete that admissions information form. Now let's take a look at tuition and scholarships. So we know university expenses can add up, and we do our best to help subsidize those as best as we can. Each year, we do offer financial support for our talented students. And last year, our scholarships and bursaries offered for first-year students added up to almost $17 million. With no application needed, you're automatically considered for entrance scholarships at the University of Waterloo. It's also really important to note that we do not offer any full tuition-based scholarships. And so that is not something that you should be relying on when you do apply. Depending on your program, you're looking at $45,000 to $66,000 a year as of fall 2022. And of course, a good way to subsidize your tuition fees is by enrolling in the co-op program, where the average first co-op term will earn you between $8,400 or up to over $15,000. That is another really good way to help finance your education. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about experience, because there's more to university than the academic program that you choose. What really separates Waterloo from other universities is how your experiences help you along the way. So let's close the textbook and get out of the classroom for a moment to talk about what you can experience at Waterloo. Here, you won't just listen to a professor tell you about what engineers do. You'll actually get to work in a real engineering firm. You won't just look at kinesiology textbooks and diagrams to learn anatomy. You'll work side by side with real athletes, helping them improve their performance. And you won't just learn about theories behind ecosystem restoration. You'll put on your hip waders and rubber boots and literally immerse yourself in creeks and rivers. At Waterloo, experience is a core value in everything we do. Classes come with mandatory labs, field courses, and practical exercises that let you translate your learning and ideas into action. Now, by far the most common way that Waterloo students get experience is through cooperative education, or what's simply known as co-op. Nearly 70% of students across all 6 faculties are enrolled. In co-op, you get to try up to 6 different jobs, gain up to 2 years of paid work experience, and build a network of professional connections. Waterloo students typically earn between $8,400 to over $15,000 on a first work term, with the opportunity to earn more each term as they gain experience. In the first 6 months after graduation, co-op grads are way ahead of the competition. They typically have higher employment rates and wages. So you might be thinking, what is co-op and how does co-op work? It's a bit different than the system you might be familiar with in high school. Students start co-op during their first or second year, and you'll alternate between 4-month study terms and 4-month work terms. This creates a cycle where classroom learning makes your workplace contribution stronger and work experiences enhance your classroom learning. Getting a co-op job is a competitive process where you'll apply and interview for opportunities. Luckily, with the largest co-op program of its kind in North America and access to a network over 7,500 employers, you'll get access to a wide variety of jobs and experiences. Plus, we have lots of resources to help you along the way, including resume advice, professional development training, and one-on-one support. Experiential learning is embedded in our programs at Waterloo through labs and learning experiences that help you prepare for what's next. You might find yourself spending a study term in another country, traveling Europe for a summer course, or learning about anatomy by dissecting a cadaver right here on campus. You can also channel your experiences into a certificate program like EDGE that gives you credit for work and volunteer roles. Things like working as an athletic trainer for a varsity sports team, being a residence leader, or participating in short-term volunteer program in a developing country. Even if your very first work term isn't your dream job, it will help you gain these skills. As you learn more in the classroom and at work, you'll develop new competencies that help you land increasingly relevant jobs and discover exactly what you want to do when you graduate. Whether you choose a co-op or regular program, there really is no other university that measures up to Waterloo when it comes to the most choices for experiential learning and opportunities to build your network. Another area of experience that many Waterloo students pursue is entrepreneurship. You can add a minor or option to your degree, or you can just jump right in with support from Waterloo's startup infrastructure, including coaching, pitch preparation, pre-incubator programs, mentorship, and grants. We have a program such as Velocity and United College's Greenhouse that help you learn the basics of entrepreneurship. And our regular pitch competitions give you the chance to win up to $50,000 to turn your idea into a reality. While this might seem out of reach, it's actually a big part of the culture at Waterloo. 400 startups have already been created here, and Velocity just hit a major milestone this year with startups surpassing the $2 billion mark in funding. On the screen, you'll see Eileen. Her story at Waterloo started about 6 years ago when she came to campus to study environmental engineering. During her time here, she founded her own business, volunteered as an entrepreneurship coach, and landed a co-op job as a lead editor of a campus magazine. Her story is a perfect example of how going to a university isn't just about getting a degree. It's a life-changing experience that shapes the rest of your journey. Eileen's business is one of those 400 startups that got its start at Waterloo. Born out of her own struggle to find a salon, she came up with a unique idea for a platform called Be Blended, an online tool that connects Black women to hairstylists in their area. By plugging into the entrepreneurial culture at Waterloo, Eileen got mentorship, coaching, and financial support for her idea. Hers is one of the many great stories of entrepreneurship at Waterloo. Whether you choose to study entrepreneurship or not, students from all 6 faculties can plug into the innovative culture at Waterloo and take ideas into impact and stand out from the crowd. Remember how I said university is a life-changing experience? Your classroom and work experiences are vital, of course, but university is also about personal growth. Some of your most memorable moments will happen in between classes and work, and you'll find communities to join, new friends to connect with, and ways to have fun. And one great way to get involved is through housing. So if you've thought about living on campus, Waterloo actually has 12 accessible residences for students to live in with a guaranteed accommodation for first-year students. This isn't just a roof over your head, it's also a fantastic way to meet people, find community, get guidance from an upper year Don, and access all the supports you need to be successful in university. Right from your first days on campus, you'll connect with future classmates through orientation and experience the unique traditions of Waterloo and your faculty. Maybe you'll become a residence Don, sharing your knowledge with younger students as they come to live on campus. Or maybe you'll find yourself nominated as president of a club you never knew existed. No matter what, we want you to know that these experiences matter, and here at Waterloo, they're all part of the package. At Waterloo, we're dedicated to your success. Hundreds of people across campus are ready to help you define and achieve your goals. Our Racial Advocacy for Inclusion, Solidarity, and Equity group, also known as RAISE, helps lift students up by addressing the impacts of racism in our community. We're also home to the Glow Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity, which is Canada's oldest continuously run 2S LGBTQ+ student organization. And our Waterloo Indigenous Student Center supports a variety of Indigenous students' needs from cultural to academic. Students at Waterloo have access to health services and free counseling services. Our accessibility services offer academic accommodations and support for students with disabilities, medical conditions, as well as impacted by trauma. There's no one way to be a Waterloo warrior. You can certainly be yourself. We encourage you to bring your culture and identity to campus. We know there's strength in diversity, and we have many student supports and resources for everyone. My favorite thing about accessibility services on campus is that you can actually get registered with them before you start as a student to make sure that you are well prepared for your first academic term. And with over 200 clubs run by the Waterloo Undergraduate Student Association, also known as WUSA, there's truly a club for everything, even anime, knitting, and yes, cheese. WUSA also supports students through critical services like through the Glow Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity, UW Racial Advocacy for Inclusion, Solidarity and Equity, and many others. In other words, everyone has a place to express themselves here at Waterloo. And as home to one of Canada's largest campus recreation programs, you can also find connections through athletics at Waterloo. If you're looking for a great way to keep in shape and have fun, sign up for a Warrior Recreation program and attend drop-in fitness classes, or even join a varsity team. There are also amazing new facilities for recreational users and student athletes, including a bouldering wall and instructional courses in dance, yoga, Pilates, and more. Now, if you're interested in doing more than just stuff on campus, there's also the city of Waterloo, which is very unique as there's 3 post-secondary institutions in the city. The city of Waterloo is quite vibrant, including our own light rail transit and bus system that is completely free to use, as the cost of it is included in your tuition fees. We are also located approximately 100 kilometers away from the city of Toronto. So if you're looking to get away and maybe fly home for the winter break, it's certainly possible. I hope you can picture yourself learning, thriving, and discovering your story here at Waterloo. I'd love to help you get ready to take the next steps when it comes to apply. Here's what you can do next. Explore our programs by checking out our brochures at uwaterloo.ca. Get familiar with the admissions requirements, which are found in the viewbook and also on the website. And stay in touch. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions. That wraps up the presentation for today. Thank you for your time, and I hope to welcome you to campus soon.